Okay, so I got some of the parts today for the controller cooling system, and I decided I was going to set it up here on the bench and give it a spin before I fit it to the car, just so we can ensure there's there aren't going to be any kind of problems with flow or seals breaking down or any of that sort of thing. So just a quick spin through here. We start off with our coolant bottle. This is from our Renault Megane. I just picked it up on eBay cheap. It kind of has the correct size of pipe fittings on it. This is a 5/8 feed, and it's a 3/8 or a turn, so that kind of suited the plan that I had perfectly. So that was the first part. Now the second part is the actual pump here. This is a VW Audi coolant pump that I bought, I probably bought it about a year or so ago. I was going to have a fluid heater that I was going to pump heated coolant back into the matrix inside the car to act as a heat source, but it turned out that the matrix in the car was so badly blocked that it wouldn't have been feasible, so that pump's been kind of hanging about since then. So what we have here is we've got a 5/8 feed pipe coming from the tank to the input on the pump. This is a centrifugal pump, 12 volts DC obviously. Comes out of the outlet and comes into a small piece of, again, 5/8 hose, where it comes to a little aluminium adapter that I made out of a piece of stock. It's just basically drilled through and turned here to fit a 5/8 and here to fit a 3/8. So we basically step down the hose size here. We then follow that hose from the pump, and that goes into the chill plate on the controller. So we're there, we're just going into that hose barb there on our chill plate, and we come out of the chill plate on the far side, and we come down here and we go into the radiator. Now this particular guy here, I've just got a G-clamp holding it there, but should be able to still see it. That's another eBay purchase. I think that is a 7 oil cooler. It's just a cheap aftermarket add-on type of thing. Sorry, it's got a couple of half-inch BSP ports on it, so I just had a dig through the junk box, and I found a couple of fittings to go on that. That'll do our 3/8 hose. So we go into this guy here, and we go through the radiator, back up and back to our fill bottle. So that's our basic cooling circuit. So in theory, the hot coolant coming from the controller gets pumped down to the radiator where it gets cooled off, and it comes back up through this pipe and back into the tank where it's pumped back down into the chill plate again. Now just a couple of things before I start this thing up here. The holes here that I have actually chosen for this, it's quite a cheap type of hose. It's just a clear nylon reinforced hose. I think it's good for 5 bar, 60 degrees C. It's just average type of thing. And I know some people would probably balk at that, but what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get heat out of this chill plate. When you compare the heat that this controller will actually generate to what a combustion engine would put out, there's just orders of magnitude difference. So I don't see the coolant getting over 40 to 50 degrees at the absolute outside on this. If it does, it means I've got a problem in the controller and I've screwed up somewhere. So what I've done is I just basically set it up here with all of the components at the approximate height that they're going to be when they're in the car, and I've just filled it with some standard antifreeze. I think it's 40% whatever, so it's just your standard antifreeze, and just got myself a 12 volt battery. I just put a multimeter on it there so we can see how much current it draws. So I'm just going to turn on the pump. Trying to hold this damn thing on here now, it'll be fun and games. Let's try again. Ugh. I wouldn't give for a crocodile clip. Anyway, hopefully able to see there, we got just under an amp of current flow. As I hope you can hear, it's an extremely quiet system. So as we can see here, I would hope you can actually hear the fluid pumping back into the top of the tank, and if I take the cap off, should be able to hear it better and actually see it. There's quite a flow going on there. A bit of light in there maybe. We got a lot of flow going on there, so there's no fear of there not being enough flow, and this is not going to be a pressurized system per se, but that's it, it's pumping. Might be able to see it there, be too much of a glare on it, but actually see the coolant flowing there. There's no difficulties, and so far my chill plate hasn't developed any kind of problems. But the plan is I'm going to leave that on for about an hour. I'm going to leave it set up here for about a week, just to see if that coolant starts to eat the seal in that thing, or starts to do anything silly. At least I'll be able to deal with it here, and so that's about it, guys. I'm not going to bore you to death too much. So as you can see, very small amount of current. Little pump is humming away. No problems to it. So that's it for now. I'll keep you all posted.